In the vast emptiness of space, a human fleet drifted quietly through the stars. Captain Sarah stood on the bridge of the SS Valor, her ship glinting like a silver arrow against the black canvas of the cosmos. Her crew busied themselves with their stations, monitoring systems and scanning the surrounding areas. It was just another routine mission, until the alarms blared. "Captain, we're receiving a distress signal," said Ensign Leo, his fingers dancing over the control panel. The sound cut through the quiet like a knife, drawing everyone's attention. The signal was weak and garbled, but it was clear enough to make Sarah's heart race. "Can you pinpoint the source?" she asked, trying to remain calm. Leo adjusted his controls, eyes narrowing in concentration. "It's coming from Sector Zeta 9, near the asteroid field." Sarah's brows furrowed. The Zeta 9 sector was notorious for its swirling asteroids and unpredictable gravitational shifts. Many ships had been lost there over the years. "Is it an alien signal?" "Yes, Captain," Leo confirmed, his voice filled with urgency. "It appears to be an alien fleet in distress." The crew exchanged glances, uncertainty hanging thick in the air. Sarah took a deep breath, feeling the weight of their mission. "All right, let's see if we can get a clearer signal," she ordered. The ship's systems hummed as they adjusted their sensors, trying to improve the reception. The static cleared momentarily, and a voice broke through, filled with panic and fear. "This is Commander Vex of the Varnock fleet. We are trapped. Our ships are damaged, and the asteroids are closing in." Sarah's heart sank. The Varnock were a race of tall, slender beings with blue skin and luminous eyes. They were known for their advanced technology, but had little contact with humans. "Leo, can you get their coordinates?" she asked, her mind racing with possibilities. "Yes, Captain. They're just beyond the asteroid field," he replied, "but we need to act quickly. If we don't reach them soon, they could be destroyed." A debate broke out among the crew. Some wanted to charge in and help, while others were more cautious. "It's too dangerous," said Lieutenant Mark. "We could end up stranded too. We should just report it to command and let them handle it." "But what if they don't get there in time?" Sarah countered, her voice firm. "We can't leave them to die. We have to try." The crew fell silent, considering her words. Finally, Leo spoke up. "I agree with the captain. We have the technology to help them, and it's the right thing to do." Sarah nodded, grateful for his support. "We're not just humans. We're explorers. We have a responsibility to help those in need, no matter who they are." Reluctantly, the crew began to prepare for the rescue mission. Sarah's heart raced with determination as she studied the ship's charts. The asteroid field was treacherous, but she believed they could navigate through it. "All right, everyone. Let's work together and get this done," she said, rallying her crew. "Leo, keep trying to maintain contact with Commander Vex. I want to know their status at all times." As Leo resumed his work, Sarah turned to her first officer, Commander Talia. "What do you think?" she asked, seeking her input. Talia, always the voice of reason, crossed her arms thoughtfully. "If we can create a clear path for them, we might be able to guide them out, but we'll need to be quick." "Then let's do it," Sarah said, her resolve hardening. "Set a course for their location, and prepare for possible asteroid collisions. We may need to take evasive action." The ship hummed to life, engines roaring as they changed course toward the distress signal. As they approached the asteroid field, the view through the viewport became chaotic. Massive rocks floated in space, some tumbling slowly while others raced through the void, colliding with deadly force. "Commander Vex, this is Captain Sarah of the SS Valor," Sarah said, opening a channel. "We are on our way to assist you. Please tell us your current status." The response came through the static, laced with desperation. "Our ships are damaged and unable to maneuver. The asteroids are closing in fast. We need your guidance." "Hold on, Vex. We're almost there. Just keep your ship steady," Sarah replied, her heart pounding. As they entered the asteroid field, the crew's tension heightened. Sarah focused on the control panel, calculating their route through the chaos. "Engage thrusters," she commanded, and the ship surged forward weaving between the rocks. "Watch out," Leo shouted, pointing to a massive asteroid barreling toward them. "Evasive maneuvers," Sarah ordered, pulling the ship to the side just in time. The asteroid whizzed past, barely missing them. The crew let out a collective sigh of relief. "Keep an eye on those asteroids, Leo," Talia said, her voice steady but urgent. "We can't afford any mistakes." "On it," Leo replied, eyes glued to the screen. As they approached the location of the Varnock fleet, Sarah spotted the alien ships. They were sleek and elegant, but several were damaged, their hulls battered and smoking. Panic surged in her chest. They were running out of time. "Commander Vex, can you hear me?" Sarah called again, trying to maintain contact as the asteroids swirled around them. "Yes, Captain. We see you. Please hurry." Vex's voice was filled with desperation. "Just hold on a little longer. We'll get you out of here," Sarah reassured him, determination flooding her veins. As the SS Valor maneuvered closer, the enormity of the task ahead settled in. The lives of the alien fleet depended on them. She could not let them down. "Prepare to assist the Varnock ships," she ordered, the crew's adrenaline pumping. Together, they would face the danger of the asteroid field and save those in need. It was a challenge unlike any they had faced before, and Sarah was ready to lead them into the unknown. The *SS Valor* glided deeper into the chaos of the asteroid field. Captain Sarah stood at the helm, her gaze fixed on the swirling rocks around them. The crew was tense, each member aware of the risks involved in their mission to save the Varnock fleet. "Status report, Leo," Sarah commanded, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Leo's fingers moved rapidly over his console. "We're getting close to the Varnock ships, Captain, but the asteroids are shifting. We need to navigate carefully." "Understood," Sarah replied, her heart pounding. She could feel the weight of the decision they had made to assist the stranded aliens. It was a moment that would define them as a crew, as humans. Suddenly, the comms crackled to life. "Captain Sarah, this is Commander Vex. Our situation is dire. The asteroids are closing in. If you can help us, we'll be forever grateful." Sarah looked around the bridge, sensing the mixed feelings among her crew. Some faces were set in determination, while others showed doubt. Lieutenant Mark stepped forward, his expression serious. "Captain, I know we want to help, but this is dangerous. We could lose our ship, or worse, our lives. Is it worth the risk?" His voice was laced with concern, and Sarah understood his fear. "I get it, Mark," she replied, keeping her tone calm. "But think about what we're doing. We're not just rescuing ships, we're saving lives. The Varnock are in trouble, and if we don't help, who will?" The room fell silent. Talia, her first officer, crossed her arms and stared at the screen displaying the Varnock fleet. "We could be putting ourselves in a position where we need rescuing too. What's the plan if things go wrong?" Sarah took a deep breath. She admired Talia's caution, but felt a spark of determination rising within her. "We'll have to be smart. We can use our technology to create a safe path for them. If we can guide them out, we won't have to put ourselves in unnecessary danger." "Still, it's a gamble," Mark said, shaking his head. "And we don't know how the Varnock will react. They might panic." "We can manage that," Leo interjected. "If we keep communication open, we can help them stay calm. They trust us now. We need to give them a reason to trust us more." The crew exchanged glances, and Sarah saw the tension easing slightly. "What do you all think?" she asked, looking each of them in the eye. "Should we move forward with the rescue?" One by one, the crew members began to nod. "I'm in," Leo said, his voice steady. "If we can save them, we should try." "I support the captain's decision," Talia added, her voice firm. "But we need a solid plan." "All right," Sarah said, feeling a rush of hope. "Let's outline our strategy. Leo, keep the comms open with Vex. We need to maintain clear communication." "Got it," Leo replied, typing commands into his console. "Mark, I want you to prepare the ship for evasive maneuvers. We might need to make quick turns and adjustments, Sarah continued. Mark nodded, ready to follow her orders. Understood. I'll keep our engines primed for anything. As the crew got to work, Sarah felt a sense of unity forming among them. They were all in this together, ready to face the unknown for the sake of lives they had never met. It was what made them human, their willingness to help others, even when it was risky. Commander Vex, this is Captain Sarah, she said into the comms, her voice steady. We're going to guide you through the asteroid field. Stay close to our ship and follow our instructions. We'll get you out. Vex's voice crackled back, filled with a mixture of hope and fear. Thank you, Captain. We will do our best to follow your lead. Our lives depend on it. With the plan set, Sarah focused on the path ahead. The asteroids loomed large, shifting in unpredictable patterns. We need to create a safe corridor, she told the crew. Leo, can you calculate a route through the field? Working on it now, Captain, Leo replied, his fingers flying over the controls. The screens displayed a chaotic map of the asteroid field, showing the movement of rocks and potential hazards. As Leo calculated their route, Sarah felt a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. This is it, she thought. We're committed now. Captain, Leo said, interrupting her thoughts. I've got a route mapped out. It's risky, but it should take us close to the Varnock fleet. Show me, Sarah commanded, leaning closer to the screen. The highlighted path glowed bright against the dark backdrop of asteroids. It's a tight squeeze, Leo warned. We'll need to maneuver quickly to avoid the larger asteroids. Then that's what we'll do. Prepare to move, Sarah ordered. Varnock fleet, this is Captain Sarah again, she said into the comms. We're ready to begin. Follow us closely and stay alert. Understood, Captain. We will do as you say, Vex replied, his tone more resolute now. As the *SS Valor* moved forward, Sarah felt a sense of responsibility wash over her. They were risking their lives to save others, a decision that would define their journey. The asteroid field was alive with movement, and every turn could mean danger. Here we go, Sarah said, adrenaline surging through her. Let's show them what humans can do. With the crew focused and determined, they plunged deeper into the asteroid field. Sarah's hands gripped the controls tightly as they began the dangerous journey to save the Varnock fleet. Together, they would face the chaos of space, proving that even in the darkest moments, hope could shine brightly. As the *SS Valor* inched closer to the Varnock fleet, tension hung thick in the air. Captain Sarah stood at the bridge, her eyes glued to the screens filled with swirling asteroids. The crew was ready, but they needed a solid plan to ensure everyone's safety. All right, everyone, listen up, Sarah called, gathering her crew's attention. We need a clear strategy to navigate the asteroid field and guide the Varnock ships to safety. Leo, can you update us on the Varnock's condition? Leo turned to the comms panel. Commander Vex, do you copy? He asked. Yes, Captain. We are still here, Vex replied, his voice filled with urgency. Our ships are damaged, and the asteroids are moving closer. We need your help. Understood. We'll get you out, but we need you to stay calm and follow our instructions closely. Sarah said, her voice steady. We're creating a rescue plan right now. Turning to her crew, Sarah laid out the steps they needed to take. First, we will create a safe path through the asteroid field. Leo will guide us using the ship's sensors. We need to stay alert for any sudden changes. Got it, Captain, Leo replied, typing rapidly. I'll track the asteroids and make sure we avoid the larger ones. Mark, I want you to monitor our speed, Sarah continued. If we go too fast, we risk collisions. But if we go too slow, we won't make it in time. Understood. I'll keep us steady, Mark replied, his eyes focused. Commander Talia, you'll be in charge of communication with the Varnock fleet. Keep them informed and calm, Sarah instructed. They need to know they can trust us. Absolutely, Captain, Talia said, already preparing to relay the information to Vex. I'll make sure they stay focused. With their roles assigned, Sarah felt a wave of confidence. They were working as a team, and that was key to their success. Let's get to work. We need to act fast. As they prepared, Leo's voice cut through the tension. Captain, I've mapped out a preliminary route. It's risky, but it should lead us through a gap in the asteroids. Sarah leaned over to see the display. The path glowed brightly, weaving through the chaos like a fragile thread. It's tight, she said, concern creeping into her voice. We'll have to maneuver quickly. I can make the adjustments as we go, Leo assured her. Just give me the signal when you want to start. All right, everyone, let's get into position, Sarah said, taking a deep breath. We're about to enter the heart of the asteroid field. As they moved closer, Sarah felt her pulse quicken. The asteroids floated ominously, some as large as their ship. She reminded herself that they were doing this for the Varnock. They had made the decision to help, and now they had to see it through. Varnock Fleet, this is Captain Sarah, Talia said into the comms. We are ready to begin the rescue operation. Stay close to our ship and follow our guidance. Thank you, Captain. We will do our best to stay together, Vex replied, his tone more composed. Okay, Leo, let's start this, Sarah said, determination in her voice. Engaging thrusters now, Leo announced, his fingers flying across the controls. The *SS Valor * surged forward, entering the asteroid field. Sarah's hands gripped the controls tightly as they moved into the chaos. The asteroids loomed large, and she felt the ship respond to every command. Steady now, she said, keeping her voice calm. Stay alert for any sudden movements. As they navigated the first few asteroids, the crew worked together seamlessly. Mark adjusted their speed, while Leo tracked the movements of the asteroids. Talia maintained communication with the Varnock Fleet, keeping Vex and his crew informed. Varnock Fleet, we are approaching the first gap, Talia announced. Prepare to follow us closely. Understood, Captain, Vex replied, his voice filled with gratitude. With each maneuver, Sarah felt a mix of fear and hope. They were risking everything to save these aliens, but they had each other. Together, they would face the dangers ahead. Let's do this, Sarah said, her heart steady. They were ready to execute their rescue plan, and she would not let fear stand in their way. The journey was just beginning, and the lives of the Varnock depended on them. The SS Valor plunged deeper into the heart of the asteroid field, the crew focused and tense. Captain Sarah stood at the helm, her eyes scanning the chaos outside. Massive asteroids drifted ominously, some colliding with each other, sending debris flying into the void. The ship shuddered as it navigated through the tight spaces. Leo, what's our status? Sarah asked, her heart racing. Tracking the asteroids now, Captain, Leo replied, his fingers moving quickly over the controls. I see a clear path ahead, but it's narrow. We need to be precise. Mark, keep our speed steady, Sarah instructed, glancing at her first officer, Talia. We can't afford any mistakes. Speed is steady, Captain. Ready when you are, Mark said, his eyes fixed on the control panel. Varnock Fleet, this is Captain Sarah. Talia spoke into the comms, her voice steady. We're moving into the first gap. Stay close to us and follow our lead. Thank you, Captain. We trust you, Commander Vex replied, a hint of relief in his tone. Let's do this, Sarah said, her voice firm. Engage thrusters, Leo. Engaging now, Leo announced, and the ship surged forward. As they entered the narrow gap, Sarah felt the tension in the air. The asteroids loomed on either side, massive and unforgiving. Steady, everyone, she urged, gripping the controls tightly. The ship glided smoothly at first, but then a massive asteroid drifted into their path. Watch out, Leo shouted, his voice laced with panic. Evasive maneuvers, Sarah yelled, pulling the ship to the side just in time. The asteroid whizzed past them, barely missing the ship. Good save, Captain, Mark said, his voice a mix of admiration and relief. Keep focused, Sarah reminded them. We have to get through this. As they continued through the gap, Talia kept communication open with the Varnock Fleet. Stay close to us. We're almost through, she urged, her voice calm despite the chaos. Copy that. We're following your lead, Vex replied, determination in his voice. Suddenly, another asteroid broke loose, tumbling toward them. Incoming, Leo shouted. It's huge. Brace for impact, Sarah commanded, bracing herself against the controls. Mark adjusted their speed, and Sarah pulled the ship hard to the left. The asteroid grazed the side of the Valor, sending a shudder through the ship. Alarms blared as the hull creaked, but they pressed on. Damage report, Sarah demanded, her heart racing. Minor damage to the port side, but we're still operational, Lee replied, relief flooding his voice. Keep moving, Sarah ordered, determination in her eyes. They had come too far to turn back now. As they navigated through more obstacles, the Varnock fleet followed closely, their ships shimmering in the chaos. Captain, we're almost to the exit, Leo announced, excitement creeping into his voice. Just a little further, Sarah said, her grip tightening on the controls. Stay focused, everyone. Suddenly, an enormous asteroid appeared in their path, blocking the exit. We can't stop, Mark yelled. What do we do? Leo, can you find a way around it? Sarah asked, urgency in her voice. I'll try, Leo replied, fingers flying over the console. There's a narrow passage on the right. It's risky, but we can make it. Do it, Sarah commanded. Everyone, prepare for a sharp turn. With a deep breath, she pulled the controls hard to the right. The ship tilted, the crew bracing themselves against their seats. The narrow passage loomed ahead, filled with swirling debris. Now, Leo shouted, his voice filled with adrenaline. As they hurtled into the passage, Sarah felt her heart pounding. The ship squeezed through, narrowly avoiding a collision with a floating rock. They were almost through. Keep it steady, Sarah, Talia urged, her voice calm. I'm trying, Sarah replied, her focus unwavering. At last, they burst out of the passage into open space. The asteroid field lay behind them, and the Varnock fleet followed closely, their ships intact. A collective cheer erupted on the bridge. We did it, Leo shouted, his face alight with joy. Great job, everyone, Sarah exclaimed, feeling a wave of relief wash over her. But we're not done yet. We need to make sure the Varnock fleet is safe. Varnock fleet, this is Captain Sarah. You're clear of the asteroid field, Talia announced into the comms. You can begin your course correction. Thank you, Captain. We owe you our lives, Vex replied, gratitude evident in his voice. As the crew celebrated their success, Sarah felt pride swell in her heart. They had faced danger together and come out victorious, but she knew their journey was just beginning. Together, they would continue to navigate the stars, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. As the SS Valor drifted away from the chaotic asteroid field, a sense of relief washed over Captain Sarah and her crew. They had successfully rescued the Varnock fleet, and now they floated in the calmness of space. The stars twinkled around them, a peaceful contrast to the dangers they had just faced. Captain, we did it, Leo exclaimed, a wide grin on his face. The Varnock fleet is safe and intact. Sarah smiled, her heart swelling with pride. Yes, we did. I couldn't have asked for a better crew. Let's check in with Commander Vex, Talia suggested, her voice steady. We should see how they're doing. Good idea, Sarah agreed. Open a channel. As Talia activated the comms, Sarah's excitement bubbled within her. They had faced incredible challenges together, and now they had formed a bond that transcended species. The lessons learned and the trust built would last a lifetime. Varnock Fleet, this is Captain Sarah of the SS Valor *, Talia said, her tone warm. How are you holding up? Captain Sarah, this is Commander Vex, came the response, filled with gratitude. We are well, thanks to you and your crew. Your bravery saved us. It was a team effort, Sarah replied, her smile growing. We're just glad you're safe. Vex paused for a moment, and Sarah could hear the relief in his voice. Your actions have shown us that not all beings are as they seem. We Varnok have much to learn from you humans." "That goes both ways," Sarah said, feeling a sense of kinship growing. "Together, we can achieve great things." As the Varnok fleet gathered around them, Sarah turned to her crew. "Let's prepare to assist them. They may need help with repairs." "On it, Captain," Leah replied, eager to get to work. The Varnok ships shimmered in the light of distant stars, their elegant designs contrasting with the ruggedness of the asterisk SS Valor asterisk. Sarah felt a surge of admiration for the alien fleet. They were survivors just like her crew. "Commander Vex," Talia said, her voice bright, "we'd like to offer our assistance in making repairs to your ships. It's the least we can do after what we've all been through." "Thank you, Talia. Your offer means a lot to us," Vex replied. "We appreciate your kindness and friendship." As the two fleets began to work together, Sarah watched her crew mingle with the Varnok. The humans and aliens shared stories and laughter, breaking down barriers that had once seemed insurmountable. "Look at them," Talia said, a smile on her face. "They're getting along so well." "It's amazing," Sarah replied, feeling a warmth in her heart. "This is what we wanted, a true partnership." Hours passed as both crews worked side by side. Leo and Varnok engineers shared techniques for repairing damaged hulls, while Mark engaged in friendly banter with Vex about their respective technologies. "Did you see that maneuver you pulled in the asteroid field?" Vex said, his eyes bright with excitement. "Impressive." Sarah chuckled, watching the exchange. "I think we've made a few new friends today." As the sun set on their mission, Sarah gathered her crew for a final briefing. They stood together, the humans on one side and the Varnok on the other. "Today, we did more than just to save lives," she began, her voice strong. "We built a bond that will last beyond this moment." Vex stepped forward, his posture proud. "You humans have shown us the true meaning of courage and compassion. We look forward to learning from each other. Together, we can explore new worlds and face whatever challenges come our way." Sarah said, her heart full. "Let this be the beginning of a lasting alliance." Cheers erupted from both crews, echoing through the silence of space. In that moment, Sarah felt a sense of hope and unity, a shared future forged in the depths of the cosmos. As the stars shimmered above them, Sarah knew they had created something beautiful, an alliance between two worlds. The journey ahead was uncertain, but with each other, they were ready to face anything,